first class starts. I've actually been awake since 4:30 a.m. and I got out of bed at like 7:15, took a shower, brushed my teeth, washed my face, got dressed, all that. Also my hair is looking a little bit better. My mom braided my hair when I was in Vegas, and so I have been wearing it in a braided ponytail for like days straight. So when I finally took it out, it was tangled, it was knotted, it was super messy, it looked really dry. I've been putting a lot of mousse in it and it looks better. I still need to get my hair redone though, but I'm about to head to the dining hall and get breakfast before my first class, and then after my class I have like a couple hours, and then I'm gonna head to my internship because I need to talk to, I guess, I don't know if that's like the director of the internship, what I would call a professor, I don't know what I would call him, but I do need to meet with him, so let's head out. Sitting outside, and I'm not gonna lie, I was anticipating it to be a lot hotter than what it actually is. I feel like fall might come a lot quicker than usual because it's usually like really cool in the mornings, and it's not as hot as usual outside. Like, it's still hot, but there is a really nice breeze, so I'm getting cooled off quite a bit actually. There might be fan wear because it still feels kind of cool. Plus, I'm in the shade because I'm under this little umbrella thing, so I'm like sitting more so towards the shade because I actually, A, you couldn't see me on camera, and B, my back felt like a sauna. I felt like a sauna on my back. But I'm done with media industries. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit worried for that class just because I understand, but I also kind of don't. I feel like I'm gonna catch up, obviously, but it might just take me like a smidge bit longer than I would like it to, which obviously sometimes happens. But I'm actually gonna start working on this PowerPoint tomorrow for my director's workshop class. I have to like act, and I'm actually acting with one of my good friends, so I only go once. I believe for acting I only go once, and then I direct. You know, I act tomorrow on the 3rd, and then I direct on the 10th, so not this Wednesday obviously, but next Wednesday. So I act for his class, which I'm not really excited about, but again, I'm with a friend and it's actually kind of fun, or it looks fun, so I'm trying to tell myself not to be as nervous. And we don't have to be off script, so he does let us read off script, which is going to help out a lot. But we also have to do a PowerPoint presentation for his class about directors. I'm doing James Cameron, aka the one behind Avatar, because I actually really like those movies. So I like picked 3, and then out of the 3 that I chose, he gave me James Cameron. So I low-key really wanted Ryan Coogler, but he gave that to somebody else. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to start on that because it's actually not due until like September 22nd, and that's a good while from now. That's literally like 20 days from now, but I feel like the earlier I get it done, the better, just in case like I'm not doing something right. I can show him in advance and he can direct me to do it correctly. So I might do an assignment for a different class early just so I can get that out the way, because I didn't even realize it was due until like way late and had to do it at the last minute, which adds more stress to me, low-key, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's what we're working on right now. For my internship. I thought the walk was gonna be about 20 minutes, but I feel like I over-exaggerated. Maybe like 10 at the most, maybe even 15, but I feel like 15 might be dragging it out too. Okay, it's 101, so it's actually not that far, at least not from where I was. Now if I was walking from my dorm, it probably would have taken me about like 15, maybe 20 minutes, but I decided to go sit in one of the academic buildings that's kind of close to this building, so I would arrive on time. Okay, hello you guys. Checking back in on you guys. So the last time you saw me, I was walking to meet with the director for the internship. I actually ended up getting there way earlier than the meeting was scheduled. I got there at like 1:08 and I wasn't supposed to meet with him until like 1:30, and I didn't know his office is, and like every time I tried to locate it, there would be like athletes standing in the hall, and it was men athletes, which wasn't scary, but I didn't want to like walk in the middle of them talking, so I just kind of like went back and waited, and then I saw there was like another entranceway to that hall, and something told me to follow someone, and really he just opened the door and I just walked in kind of behind him like 2 seconds later, and I actually found the director's office, so he let me come sit with him anyways, even though it wasn't until 1:30, so we talked and then kind of just sat back in the hall. Well, yeah, just sat back in the hall for a bit, and finally our actual meeting for the internship, because we meet every week, started, and so me and my friend drove back to the building, and I actually went and got Chick-fil-A. So after eating Chick-fil-A, I actually got like really sleepy, so we parted ways. I went back to my dorm, and I'm not even gonna hold you guys, I literally changed into my pajamas and took a nap. Or, you know, I took a nap. It was a really long one, but I took one anyway. So I was hoping to like get up before my dining hall closed, but I ended up getting up literally like 5 minutes before it closed, so I was like, I'm not even gonna attempt. So I got dressed, and like with speed walking, that turned into a full-on run to get to the general store to get snacks. My camera is dying, so just saying that I think I'm gonna end the night here, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, you guys. I am dressed and ready to go to school. I don't know if you can tell, but I was like trying to fix my hair. I didn't have a spray bottle to like dampen my hair, so I had to like stick my hand under like the tap water, shake it off in the sink, and it was like calming my fingers in my hair, and then after that applied mousse. I did that on both sides, and the mousse I use is by Dew. I don't want to call it Dew Beauty, but it's pronounced Dew. But yeah, this has really been popular. I've seen it all over TikTok, but it is kind of expensive. Anyways, I'm kind of nervous for class today because I have to act, meaning I have to stand in front of everybody and try not to mess up the lines, even though we can read off of them, like we don't have to memorize them like off the top of your head, which is really good. Probably knows we're not going to be able to do that much anyways, but I'm about to head out. I am probably going to bring a sweater with me because it's really cold. Also, I'm kind of quiet because it's only 8 a.m. in the morning, and most of my roommates are still asleep, so I don't want to wake anybody up, so hence why I'm so whispering. But I'm about to head out and get breakfast. I was going to get an omelet, but I think I'm going to get Chick-fil-A breakfast again, because I used to like never really stop at Chick-fil-A for breakfast. Like, it's not like I've never been there, but usually I would prefer to wait until lunch rolls around. But I've actually started really liking the breakfast again. I don't really eat their tater tots, like not really, or the hash browns or whatever. I usually only get the chicken biscuit because that's usually what makes me full, and I kind of waste the hash browns anyway. So we're about to head out. stuff down. Now I'm sitting at my desk. I sat in the library for about like a good hour and a half. I think it was a good hour and a half, but first I went to the GGC cafe as you saw. And got myself a sandwich because at first I was gonna walk all the way to Chick-fil-A, but I already had Chick-fil-A for breakfast, so I was like, I'm not gonna waste, or okay, I still wasted money, okay, well not really. I'm not gonna spend more money at Chick-fil-A when I had Chick-fil-A this morning. And then I went and had lunch at the dining hall, and now I'm having this sandwich that I got from the cafe for dinner. So I was like, I actually haven't been to the cafe in a really long time because that cafe used to be something else. I think it used to be a Bagel Bros, and then they like shut it down, and a year later we ended up having the cafe. So I went and got something there because I used to get the sandwich all the time last year, like 2024's fall. I can't remember what I got on it though, but what I got on it this time was pretty good. So I think I'm getting a little bit close to what I usually get. I just can't remember off the top of my head because again, I really don't like ever go there. But while I was in the library, I decided to work on this PowerPoint that actually isn't due until like 2 weeks from now. I was actually doing the outline, which turns out it actually does help. Writing the outline does help, and I would have known that if I would have listened to everyone's advice a lot sooner instead of being stuck in my own ways. But yeah, this is actually helping me out a lot because now instead of having to go through like looking through tabs on like Chrome or something and then going to the PowerPoint, do it like instead of having to like switching between apps on my computer, I can just write stuff down and I'll look down really quickly, have all the information there already, and then just type it up, which a lot easier to do. I don't know why I was making it so hard for myself and why I'm just now learning these things in my little last year of college, but everyone learns at their own pace, and as long as I learn, everything's fine. But like I said, this PowerPoint actually isn't due until 2 weeks from now, but I want to get it done early just because the quicker I knock it out, the less stressful I have to be, and I don't have to worry about doing it last minute, like stressing out and missing something because I'm doing it last minute. And this is also for the same class that I actually did have my acting. I don't really know if I've mentioned it, but I did act today. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I did mess up a little bit, but honestly, to be expected because I was nervous. I still don't like being in front of people. Like, I don't like public speaking, even if it's just acting, so I just can't. But it actually wasn't bad, and I actually kind of had a lot of fun today. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up here and call it a day because I'm so tired. Well, yeah, no, I'm actually like really tired. Okay, so I'm back at my dorm. It's like 6 something in the afternoon. No, it's 5 something in the afternoon. I just got done eating because the dining hall closes in the next like hour, so I won't be leaving my dorm for like any reason, at least not that I'm aware of. I'm kind of tired, but I got most of my assignments done. There is like 1 or 2 left, and that's because I couldn't find like the link for them, because usually with assignments, like they're all within like one website, but you know, you always get that one class that makes you go to like a whole different website to do your assignment, right? Yeah, that's kind of what it is right now, which is a little bit frustrating. But I emailed my professor, she didn't respond, so I texted classmate or my friend Cody, who actually happened to be in my last vlog, not the one I'm about to upload, but the one, wow, why can't I talk? It's the first one I've uploaded this school year. So that vlog, Cody, she was sitting beside me in the library. She told me to wear a look, so that's what I'm about to do now. But before I do so, I'm gonna change out of these clothes. I have a shirt like underneath this, hold on, like a shirt. Oh, hello. I have a shirt on underneath this hoodie, as you can probably tell. And I also have a pair of jeans on. Oh my goodness, I'm so out of breath because I had to walk like 10 minutes. I'm so out of breath. This is actually really embarrassing. But I'm probably gonna end up laying in my bed while I do my assignments. I might sit at my desk just because I'm already kind of tired from eating, so I don't want to fall asleep in the middle of assignments, especially because they're due tonight. Of course, I procrastinate late at the last second, but these aren't like really hard assignments, so I guess that's why I wasn't really rushing. But then I always regret not getting them done earlier. But yeah, so tomorrow again is Labor Day, so I don't have any classes, and classes will pick up on Tuesday. And on Tuesday I have to meet with the director for my internship like an hour before an actual meeting because I need to catch up on some stuff. But yeah, so that's the update. Okay, you guys, I know I haven't really talked much at all today, and that's because I actually woke up a little later than planned. As soon as I got done filming yesterday, I literally changed and like fell asleep, and so I went to bed really early because the sun was still out when I went to sleep. So when I woke back up, it was literally 11 o'clock, and so I was up from 11 till like 3 a.m. in the morning, and then got back up at 7:30. Yeah, I got back up at 7:30, and I had class at 9:30, so I had to like rush and take a shower, brush my teeth, wash my face, get dressed, ate breakfast, and then headed to class, which of course you saw me film. Also, I do apologize because I feel like the angle is kind of awkward, but I was trying to film to like where she didn't see. For the most part, none of my professors have like had an issue with me filming in class. It's just I still get shy, A, and B, I've never asked her like, can I film? And where I sit, I'm like, I kind of have like the whole row to myself, so I was trying to like film A, to where people could see me so they wouldn't get uncomfortable, and 2, I was just trying to film a little bit of my day so I could get some clips in. But honestly, I have a lot of work to do, so I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.